Hi, purpose of this video is to show how to calculate the volume of the different shapes using the Python. So before I go to Python programming, I just want to cover some of the shapes and their formulas. So cube formula is S time S time S, so S raised to 3. Cuboid, the volume is equal to length time width time height. um, Prism here is the volume is equal to area of triangle times length. So 1 times 1/2 time base time height time length. um, Volume of cylinder is pi times r pi r square times height. Okay, so this is the formula for shapes. Hollow cylinder is pi times h times r, so that is r square, that is outer uh, radius, and minus inner radius square. Okay, cone, volume of cone is 1/3 time pi time r time h. um, okay, pyramid is equal to 1/3 time length, so length will be here, width and height. Okay, sphere, 4/3 times pi times r times r, and hemisphere is 2/3. Okay, so that's the uh, different formulas for different shapes. This is the flowchart. Will look like something like this for the Python programming. You start, initially you give the choice to the user for to selecting the shape. Once user select the shape, you ask the parameter based on the shape user select. Then you make sure that user enter the correct data. It is the number. Sometimes some smart alike he can enter like a string or some, just type different numbers, I mean different word, and that's not allowed when you are calculating a shape. Then you calculate the volume, display result, and it will ask if you exit, then it will end the program. If not, it will go back to show the menu for the shape choice. Okay, so this is a flowchart. So let me open the program here. So once you open the Python shell, you go file, open the file. I already have written this program, so let me open that program. Okay, okay, and then it's in Python, and then volume. Okay, so let me bring it here in the screen. Okay, so don't go in the detail right now. I will go later on, but this one is to checking, make sure that user enter the correct number instead of any word or any string. Okay, this is covered by this function. um, this one simple. You just give one parameter as a length. It will calculate the volume of the square, and then it will return the v square, that it will be the volume. This function for the cuboid, this function is for the cylinder. To keep this program short, I have just included only these three shapes. It's easy to add all different shapes next to each. Here create like 6 more functions. 3 plus 6, I mean, in the when I show the shape and the formula, there are 9 shapes. So but here I'm showing only 3 for the showing purpose. This is the menu that will ask the user, and if user want to calculate the area of cube, he will enter 1. If cuboid, he will enter 2. Cylinder, he will enter 3. Okay, so that's the menu. This one is, you make sure that user enter 0, 1, 2 or 3 only. If he enter any 4 or 5, it will give the invalid entry because that's not in our menu. This one is for the cube. So let's say user enter the 1, it will go to this if statement. It will call the, so here he say, okay, you want to calculate the volume of cube, then we'll ask for the length of the square, you need only one parameter here, so then it will call this function cube function. This is the function and passing the parameter, and it will call this function here cube, and it will calculate, it will return the result v square, and that v square will be assigned to this volume parameter, and that volume will be printed as a display as a result. And same thing if somebody if user operate enter the number 2, that is for a cuboid. It will ask three parameters here: length, width, and height. It will call this cuboid function, pass this length, width, and height parameter. Return calculation will be assigned to this volume parameter, and then it will display here. For the cylinder, it will ask three parameters. Enter the radius of the cylinder. You need only two, radius and the height. So enter the radius of the cylinder, enter the height. It will send radius and height, two parameters, to the cylinder function, and that will be this one, r and height, and then it will give me the result as a volume of the cylinder, and that volume of the cylinder will be assigned to this volume, and then it will display here. um, okay, back to this little bit big function. What's going on here is that if and it will make sure that user enter number, and that number has to be in 0, 1, 2, 3, and 0 to 9 basically. And then if that number is correct, then it break the checking and then assign that number to the parameter. So for example, when I am sending this particular line here, length is equal to input number, enter the length of the square. So I am calling this input number function, that is this input number function, and then I will prompt. So this prompt will be here, enter the length of square. Okay, so that length of square will be assigned to prompt, and user will be prompted with that information here, enter the length of the square. So once user enter the length of the square, it will check that it is in number or not. If it is not in number, it will say okay, invalid entry. Now some person, he don't enter anything, he just hit enter, that will cover here, that enter some value. Okay, so that will be covered by this line. So anyway, this whole purpose just to make sure that user entered the number instead of the string. Okay, so now let me run this program here, run module. Okay, so now I am here. Now I am say okay, you want to enter the, let's start with the tube. Okay, cuboid. So okay, so it's okay, you want to give a volume of cuboid. Enter the length of the cuboid. So I say okay, 3.0. Width is equal to, let's say 2, and height I say okay, cuckoo. It's okay, invalid entry. So it's checking that user enter the correct, and then it will ask again. So okay, this time I say okay, TT invalid entry. So let me try some real number, 5.0, and then it's okay, volume of Q equal to 5 times 3 times 2, so that is 30. Now it is asking me enter your choice again. So now let's say this time I want to calculate the value of cylinder, volume of cylinder. So I say okay, 3. Okay, so then it will greet me with the message that okay, alright, you want to calculate the volume of cylinder. It will ask me the radius. This time I give the integer value, not the floating. When you give the 5.0, that is floating parameter. Okay, so floating value, I mean. Enter the radius of cylinder. I say okay, 5. Okay, enter the height of the cylinder, let's say 4.0, and then it's okay, pi times r square times height. Okay, so that will be the volume of the cylinder. and if I want a 0, okay, and then I'm exit. Okay, so hopefully you like this video. Couple of, just let me repeat here, a couple things going, pound sign to show the comment section, definition, that is the functions here, few functions here, how to prompt the menu with the print message here, a couple of if statement, while loop here, to exit. So how to get the user input, how to display the messages. So few concepts going on here, and hopefully you like this video. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.